Welcome to my new video. I decided to make a new one. I didn't feel my old one was detailed enough, and yeah, also the edit was kind of so let's go ahead and talk about this topic. Well, it's about Vanguard. Now, usually when we talk about Vanguard, there are two sides of the coin, and yeah, one is usually a very, gamers or reviewers who basically have zero understanding of programming, or at least very little, do like these fear-mongering YouTube videos talking about Ring Zero and oh, Vanguard's so scary. And then there are the other side of the coin, which are programmers explaining to you, well, this is nothing new. And guess what? I'm a programmer with a lot of competitive background. I played Counter-Strike 1.6 in ESL, D/TSP, so I kind of know how this entire thing goes. I also play for a very, very long time. So let's dive into it. Vanguard, why is it necessary? Ring Zero, why is it actually necessary? Well, the best example here is to look at CSGO. CSGO is a game that uses VAC, which is a Ring 3 anti-cheat. And games like these tend to have a huge issue with cheaters because once around 2007, cheaters got very sophisticated by making cheats. And they kind of started to make Ring Zero cheats, which were undetected by these anti-cheats. And there's not really anything you can do against it because, well, if one has more privileges using very specific features that the other one just cannot look into, then how would you detect it? There you go. For those who don't know how bad the cheating situation is in CSGO, yeah, go ahead on YouTube, write in CSGO Overwatch. So for those who don't know what Overwatch is, a very brief explanation here. Overwatch is a system where when people get reported a lot, the replay will be sent to other users with a specific rank or higher, who can then judge whether or not the person is cheating or not. And trust me, the shit you're seeing is ridiculous. So yeah, Ring Zero. I just mentioned it was nothing new. Well, it isn't, because a lot of games actually already use those. Every game that uses BattleEye or Easy Anti-Cheat already uses a Ring Zero anti-cheat. Games such as For Honor, Rainbow Six Siege, every game based on Arma 3 or 2, what else do we have? PUBG, Fortnite, Apex Legends, very huge games you probably already have played. And you didn't really complain about it because you didn't, get fearmongered by some gamer who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Again, it's just what's going on lately, right? So yeah, Ring Zero not being a really big deal. Now, the difference between Vanguard and the other anti-cheat solutions, obviously, is that Vanguard is being exclusively only used and developed for Valorant, and the other anti-cheat solutions are being used by several games. So another concern is also that Vanguard is, launching at boot, and from I'm trying to make this as non-technical as possible, but imagine it will be malware, right? Would it really make a difference whether you launch the malware while boot or while starting the game up? It really doesn't make a difference now, does it? The reason why Vanguard actually starts at boot and doesn't allow you to just start again, like shut off and start again and you play the game, is simply because, at least what I believe, is that very, very, very high level cheats actually inject into the anti-cheat itself and then into the game by kind of like injecting into the anti-cheat, whitelisting itself, and then injecting into the game. I believe that's how the very, very, very sophisticated cheats work nowadays. By booting on launch, like the moment you boot the operating system, you really can't do that, or at least it's way more difficult. So I assume this is one of the reasons why they decided to use Vanguard on boot rather than every time you start the game, to counter those cheat developers. Now, another concern is this very, to me, seriously odd argument that, but Riot is owned by Tencent. If Tencent, it's a Chinese company, right? So, if the government says malware, then malware. To me, that is just the strangest argument I've ever heard, because Riot is American. So they abide by American laws. So if even if you're owned by a Chinese company, if they tell you to do a malware, you won't do it, because obviously you don't want to get in jail for like fucking 20, 30 years. For fuck's sake. I mean, come on. There's no way. I mean, the situation in itself, like that happens, is so unrealistic in the first place, because Tencent would lose so much money to the point where it's just saying no to free money at this point. So I don't really understand why that's even an argument in the first place. So in the end, I don't understand what this fuss is about. Vanguard is nothing new. We already have this. Easy anti-cheat and Battle Eye, which are used by a lot of games. ESL anti-cheat, Faceit anti-cheat, ESEA anti-cheat, all those leagues. Whole Ring Zero, they're not different. I don't understand why everyone is so scared of it. And that it's owned by a Chinese company. Discord is owned by Tencent to a large degree. Like, what the fuck are you use that? You scared? I mean, what? And then there's a lot of other things, such as a part of Epic Games is owned by them and blah blah. Like, most things you use are probably in some way related to Tencent. Come on. I mean, whoa. And if you want some real security issues, like, or rather, you're scared of spying, etc., look at your smartphone, or Windows 10, or Mac OS, or Amazon. What the fuck is that thing called? Alexa. There we go. It gathers information. It's actually insane. You can go on YouTube and just go for like, what does Google know about you? You can get links, and you can statistically see and actually look at your own profile, what Google knows about you. And you would be scared shitless if you knew what they know. And the government probably knows about it. The government also records calls and everything. It's very well documented. I mean, what the hell are you even scared of at this point? Really, you're scared of information that's already out there, like being leaked? Come on. In the end, from a programmer's perspective, being scared of Vanguard makes no sense at all. I just don't see where the entire fuss is coming from, because this is nothing new. This is happening since God knows how long. You just happen to have fearmongers now because Valorant is the next new thing, like next big new thing. Obviously, cheat developers also have a huge problem with Vanguard, because Vanguard is more secure than the more known cheats, anti-cheat solutions. So obviously, they would also go ahead and fearmonger a lot, because they lose profit. This is a new potential game they could milk a lot of money of people who want to cheat. So obviously, cheat developers will probably be angry, making angry comments. Oh, you don't know anything. So yeah, keep in mind that these have a huge interest in actually fearmonger the hell out of Vanguard, even though there's nothing to fearmonger about. So yeah, now let's go to also another very legit concern, and that is, what happens if Vanguard gets hacked? What if some hackers get access to it? Well, first of all, that situation is it's very unlikely that it will ever happen in the first place, because from a hacker's perspective, if you want to hack an anti-cheat system, it's most likely going to be easy anti-cheat, as it has more games, hence a bigger user base. So that would be much more interesting for a hacker to actually try to hack. But let's go into a hypothetical like situation. Well, obviously you would be fucked, but again, it's very unlikely. And then you don't really, I mean, a lot of drivers and stuff you cannot really use. And what a lot of people also don't know is you only need Ring 3 access to actually get the user data. So any program really can, at this point get quote unquote hacked, or, compromised and get as an information gathering tool. So it doesn't really have to be any Ring 0 related. It can be Ring 3, it could be any program. It could be Discord, it could be any game you play, it could be the fucking calculator from your Windows machine. So again, there's no real reason to be scared of it. So yeah, in the end, I don't understand what this fuss is about. Misinformed gamers being scared for no reason. It's kind of scaring me. it's kind of scaring me when people are really ignorant about stuff, and complaining about a ring zero anti-cheat, but at the same time use other ring zero anti-cheat solutions using, programs that Chinese company also owns. It's like, I just don't get it. It's so weird. But yeah, that's it from my side. As I said, it's a programmer slash competitive gamers point of view here. If this video is not enough, obviously you can go on YouTube. I would strongly suggest you be more source critical. Instead of watching some gamers or reviewers who obviously have no idea what they're talking about, try to look more after programmers, what they say. There's some more technical stuff about how difficult it would actually be to hack a Vanguard and how unlikely it is, etc. There's some brilliant videos about that. Also, if you're interested in knowing, hey, how much data does Windows actually mine, or my Android phone, or my Apple iOS phone or device or whatever, you can also go for that. In the end, you'll probably realize that the whole data mining concern is probably, it's a little too late at this point. Just saying. Have a good one, and on the next video.